Hey guys, it's Professor Theodore Henderson. I hope everyone is having a phenomenal day. Tonight is the next in our series on career control. And before I continue, I want everyone to remember go to theodorehenderson.com and go to the resources tab on the navigation menu, and you're going to see some resources related not only to entrepreneurship but also specifically to career control. Also, I think you're going to be happy with what you can get there, and also you'll be able to apply for a one-on-one strategy session with me. So for tonight, I just want to touch on one of two things, and the second thing will be in a different video. Tonight is going to be search firms, and how do you leverage search firms so that you can actually use them effectively and get the sort of job you want. So just so we can put things in perspective, we use four basic techniques. Unless your family owns a company and someone's going to give you a job, you're going to generally use one of these four techniques. One is going to be you're going to submit an ad, submit an application to an ad, and obviously we're not talking about newspapers much anymore, we're talking online. And so you're going to be going to a job board and you're going to be submitting an application to what you see there that may be a fit for what you think are your skills and your abilities and your interests. The second is you will be using search firms in some way. And next, you will be using direct contact. You will directly contact companies yourself and reach out to them, to the hiring manager or to someone in the executive chain of command or someone in human resources. And last but not least, you will be networking. And so I'm not going to delve really deeply into networking right now, except to say that networking accounts for, in general, our research shows, networking accounts for 45% of the jobs that people get. That's 45%. So you certainly want to be a good networker, but you want to be good at other things too. Direct contact accounts for 30 to 35% of the positions that people get. This is what our research shows. And then it's split pretty evenly between online ads and search firms. So you might be saying to yourself, well, why are you going to talk about search firms if networking and direct contact are going to get you, more positions on average because of what the percentages say? And the reason is very, very simple. Use everything in your toolkit. It doesn't mean that you don't use search firms or you don't use online ads. It means that you understand what they can produce for you, and so you want to use your time and your energy in the manner which is the smartest and the most effective for you, given their percentages of roughly 10% of a success rate for online ads and 10% of a success rate using search firms. So in terms of search firms, why would a company use a search firm? And it's very simple. In most cases, they may be looking for hard to find talent, and they need professionals who are outside of their company to go look for that talent. So a search firm becomes a very, very important link for you in your job search. The next reason is they may not have the internal resources at all to go for it. So from a search firm perspective, you want to reach out to them because they're in contact with companies across various industries all the time. You clearly want to use one if you can find one that is very, very specific to the niche or the market you're pursuing in terms of where you're looking for work. So in terms of search firms, you're going to have executive recruiters and executive search firms. Those are two of the names that you'll see. And generally, the people that work in them will be referred to as executive recruiters or headhunters, right? Very straightforward. Now, you also have a difference between them. And that difference is you will have contingency, right? And you will also have retained. So you'll have contingency and you will have retained. So your contingency search is someone who you probably come in contact with most. This is a type of executive recruiter or headhunter that calls you, say they have a position, but they don't have an exclusive relationship with the company they're calling you about. And so what they're doing is they're reaching out to you because you appear to be a qualified candidate that they heard about or they're familiar with already, and they want to speak to you to see if they can present you to the client. Very straightforward. And they will be, if you're placed, they will be paid based upon the arrangement they have with that client when they bring them a successful candidate. In a retained search, the company retains a company who is going to conduct the search. They're operating as an extension of the human resources department or the talent management, and they're going out and they're searching out and they're vetting candidates specifically for the company that they're representing in this area. So those are the difference between the two, and you should be very clear about the difference between the two, so you should know who you're working with when it comes time to work with these search firms. So the next thing you want to understand is the benefits. So I'm going to share just a couple of them with you in my notes. Your benefit search firms are when your level or the type of target, is one that is mostly filled through executive search firms. So you're generally going to find executives or very specific types of talent on the tech side or even on the sales and marketing side, just an example, but generally mid-level and higher, going to be handled by search firms because those aren't the kind of people that are just going to be popping up in general all the time. The other is you want to use a search firm when you've been contacted by a recruiter for a very specific opportunity and have vetted the firm. So you've contacted this firm, or you know something about this firm, you've made yourself known to them, now they're circling back because they have the right opportunity, because they understand what a good fit for you is. And then your industry or your role is filled primarily by search firms. This can occur in a number of different industries. I spent 25 years in tech, and I will tell you, all of it was sales and sales management, but I will tell you there are very specific search firms that specialize in the technology field and in some different aspects of the technology field. So you want to vet the firms to find out which ones you should be in direct contact with, to make sure you understand who can do the best job for you in terms of getting you in front of the most people. They have the right contacts at the right level, so you can be up for or in competition for the right jobs that with the right compensation. Now, in addition, search firms can be invaluable resources for a couple of things. Everyone wants to know about salary, so they're always talking about salary ranges. You want to use them as a check on what your research is showing you in places like a Glassdoor or a pay scale, right? The other thing is company culture, personalities, things like that. There are vast knowledge for that. Remember, they're talking to firms all the time. They're talking to candidates. They're getting feedback. They're speaking to the management team. They're getting feedback from them. So they get a lot of personal information because the good ones are always interacting. And they also, the very, very good ones, are getting access to confidential opportunities, particularly if they're a retained firm. They may not be, the company may not be advertising the opportunity. They are letting the firm handle it in their own way so they can get the best candidate as quietly and as efficiently as possible. So the other thing I want to share with you, and I don't want to make this too long, is what's the right fit, right? And so there's two-way job seekers contact search firms. Now you want to reach out to them directly, nothing wrong with that, or by having a recruiter reach out to them for a very specific opportunity. So you want to make sure that you understand the game, and so you want to review search firms, talk to a number of them, get comfortable, have a working relationship with several of them, make sure they understand who you are, what you're looking for, so there is a right fit, so that both sides feel comfortable. They have a reputation to maintain with their clients. They want to put the right candidate in front of them. And you also want to be in front of the right opportunities. You don't want to waste time going on the wrong opportunities, the wrong fit that absolutely make no sense. So if you want to reach out to search firms, you want to go to their website, all right? And most search firms, they post job opportunities on the site, so you certainly want to do that. And if there's opportunity posted, you want to fill out the application or whatever the procedure they have there on the site could be. Be professional. Have your cover letter ready, have a proper resume ready that's targeted to what you're looking for, and make sure you're able to explain your key accomplishments. Okay, the other thing, and let's just make this the last thing. In terms of finding search firms, reach out to your network. If you don't have a network, certainly clue into my video or any of my other trainings on networking, because you should have a network that you can call on. If you are looking to advance your career and you don't have a network, that makes no sense. So you want to establish a network. It's never too late to start establishing a network. And the other thing that from a success standpoint, most of the recruiters spend a lot of their time on LinkedIn, just as you spend time on LinkedIn. Now, if you're serious about networking, so make sure your LinkedIn profile is professional, along with the whatever cover letter you would present, the resume you would present. Just make sure your marketing materials and the online profile and your brand, basically, that you present to the public is 100% rock solid professional. And the last thing I will say is, I want to remind you, even though I said that about 10% of the opportunities that people get are from search firms, and 10% are from online ads, and 30 to 35% are from direct contact, and 45% or so are from networking, don't discount how important they are, because if you're in the right field, they may provide you with a lot of great meeting and interview opportunities. So don't think that you shouldn't be using them. You just want to understand within your strategy of how you want to pursue a job search where they fit. Okay, that's enough for right now. I'm going to be back a little bit later with another video that I'm going to take you through some more strategies around career control. This has been a pleasure to be of service, as always. This is Professor Theodore Henderson. For more on career control, and certainly if you want to apply for the one-to-one strategy session with me, go to theodorehenderson.com, click on the resources tab, and you will see the career control description, the career control description under the resources tab, and you can see a more broader description of what it's about, but also certainly feel free to fill out the very short application, but an application so that you can have a one-on-one strategy session with me around your career needs. All right, everyone. Professor Theodore Henderson, theodorehenderson.com/resources. Have a phenomenal day, a productive and a prosperous one as well. Take care and see you soon.